Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing Wild Brawl. Let's go.
Now, this experience was quite different to the bot brawl that I had on my alt character, as I was in a team with Game Zone and then some randoms here. So the overview: win by defeating all enemy teams to become the last party standing, and lose when you and your party members are all defeated. Defeated players can stay in the match and spectate if they wish. So yeah, there's not much to Brawl. If you're new to Diablo, I have got older videos where I explain everything, and I'll try and explain everything top line as we go through as well. So to begin with, we need to choose where we're going to teleport to. Now, I was looking at the top or the bottom of the map because I find those are better locations, but before I got a chance to teleport, a couple of my teammates had already moved. So this is where we were going, and unfortunately it was right near to enemy players as well. So obviously the first thing you need to do in Brawl is to loot as many gear pieces as you can, because what you want to do is actually gain some decent gear. So when you enter Wild Brawl, you don't have any secondary gear at all, so you have no green items at all, and you have to collect items as you go. You also have to defeat enemy players as well as defeating mobs to gain levels. So the maximum level you can gain is 10, as you can see on the tab on the left hand side, and there's 24 players in the match in total. So I defeated that player. They seemed quite easy to defeat. I don't know if they just, I don't know, I don't think they were a bot, but yeah, first player defeated. For some reason it says I have 0 kills, which is really odd. I did notice that the kill count didn't seem to quite be working properly for this game, but yeah, you can see, as I said, it says 0 players killed, even though I quite clearly killed that person because there was no one else around, but whatever. So we're going to try and kill this other player here now as well, and as I said, killing players and killing mobs puts up our level. So we're aiming for level 10, and currently we're on level 2. So at this point, I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else I can loot, and I kept coming across other players. I think because we were in the center of the map, it was like not the best place to spawn, because you're generally kind of surrounded by all the other players, whereas when you spawn or choose a spawn point on the outskirts, you generally have better gear drops, as you will have seen from my other video, and also you're away from a lot of the other players as well. So as I mentioned, myself and Game Zone entered this brawl, and we ended up with randoms. We weren't sure if we were going to get a bot match or not, but I just thought I'd record it for fun anyway, because like I said before, I don't really play Brawl very often, so I sometimes skip it when it's in the events tab, but I kind of wanted to earn the legendary gems from the event center rewards, and obviously you need to gain those seals or sigils, whatever you want to call them, to be able to actually claim all the rewards in the event center. So far I've been pretty lucky with gear drops and stuff like that. At this point I might die because I'm kind of surrounded, and I'm using the build that I showed recently. So this is the build that I made a video for in Battleground, and I thought I would go into Brawl with this as well because it seems to work pretty good. You can kind of teleport in, cause some damage, teleport away, and obviously the cooldown on teleport has also recently been reduced, which has been a huge improvement for Wizard as well, so that worked pretty nicely. Now here all of my teammates are down except me, and as you can see, it was not looking good. There's 19 players remaining, and apparently I've only killed 1 player still, so I don't really know what's going on with that. I don't know why it didn't give me the kill for that first player. It was super odd, and I'm just trying to avoid the players at this point. Also thought I would try and revive Game Zone, and unfortunately he died just as I was in the middle of reviving him, so that was super frustrating. And here I was just trying to avoid the enemy players, but I kind of just got myself stuck in this little house, and of course can't view anything, trying to revive another teammate. Luckily actually managed to revive them in time, and I had some spare loot, so I dropped this. So that's one thing I always try and do in Brawl as well, is if I have any spare loot, I just try and drop it for my teammates to take if I know that they've just been defeated, so that they can obviously revive and actually have some gear. Killed another player there. That kill did actually count, thankfully, and yeah, still on level 8, so still got 2 more levels to gain, and there doesn't seem to be many mobs around. I got some nice loot from killing that last player, but unfortunately I died, and there was only 1 other teammate around to revive me, and they didn't manage to get to me. So that was how the first match went. It wasn't completely awful. At least I danced with a few people and got a couple of kills in. It wasn't completely horrific, but yeah, not the outcome I was hoping for. This is part of the reason I don't play Brawl, because I am not a very good loser. And I lose a lot in Brawl. So that was a defeat for our team. This is the overall result for it. So I was actually MVP for that match with 2 kills. I don't know, like I said, don't know why the first kill didn't count, just super odd. And I did find that a couple of times while we played Brawl. So we're going to enter another match now and see if we have any better luck. So this was our second Brawl match, and we went with the same team. So the guys that we were with for the last match, they actually invited us back into the party to play Brawl again. And I chose my teleport point here, but everyone else had already teleported to the centre of the map, and I was like, well, screw that, I'm still going this way. So I was like, I'll catch up with them eventually. I'll find them in the match eventually. But I did teleport away from other players, and just like that, like I mentioned, the further up the map you go, there seems to be better loot, and instantly I got a green item. So we're also going to take the protection shrine. So this is pretty much where I spawned on my necromancer as well. And yeah, lots and lots of chests around here, lots of huts around here as well. Another glorious chest there, amazing. So 2 green items already, literally within seconds of entering this match. And this is exactly why I always teleport to the top if I can, or to the bottom. And you can see there's no other players around either. So basically I can loot all of these buildings myself and gain loads of gear, which will help me out and also help my teammates out if they get killed, because I'll have plenty of gear on me that I can share with them as well. So building up our gear nicely. Obviously I've not defeated any mobs or anything yet because there hasn't been any for me to kill, but we're just getting all this gear as much as possible so that we can actually have some strength and have hopefully a decent match as well. So last match I don't think was completely awful. Like I said, at least we had a little bit of a dance with some of the players and did get a couple of kills in as well, but I'm hoping for a better outcome this time. It would be nice to get a few more kills in. So first mobs here, all defeated and level 2 achieved. So the first levels are pretty easy to achieve. As I said, you just kill the mobs and it starts leveling you up basically. So we're going to continue on looking for more loot and also just killing as we go. And amazingly, we have another glorious chest here. So we have a green ring now as well. And we've also got our first enemy player. So let's see if we can take this guy down. He is barbarian, so they are pretty hard to defeat. And you can see immune to damage. And I'm just going to spam my attacks. So we did manage to kill that player, and I've taken all of that gear as well. So another player here as well, and basically these guys are just appearing out of nowhere. I'm almost dying here, so I'm going to just hide in the long grass and bandage. So that's something I did forget to mention. If you haven't got any skills active, you can go in the grassy areas and actually hide. You won't be seen by enemy players. So yeah, if you need to bandage, make sure that you don't have any skills active and just jump into some long grass and basically bandage and you'll be fine. So this player, obviously, I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. He obviously got revived, so we're just going to try and kill him again because we know that he shouldn't have any decent gear on him. So there's a better chance of actually killing him. Game zone here is down, so I'm going to revive him while I can. And we're leveling up nicely, so we're on level 9 out of 10 now. I'm going to just drop some gear for game zone because he hasn't got any. And while we've got the gear tab open, just to mention, when you go into Brawl, I already said that the green items aren't active, but also you don't have your second offhand and your second main hand. So you literally only have one main hand and one offhand. So make sure that you have the gems equipped that you want, the ones that are going to be most beneficial in PvP, and also make sure you have the essences that you need the most equipped on those 2 items. So I have one of my PvP builds set up so that I can use it in these instances where I'm only going to have 6 items. I basically have it saved in my loadouts with the correct essences and with the correct legendary gems so that I know that it's all ready to go when I need it for one of these instances where you only have the 6 items. So we have another player here to take down, and we're also surrounded by mobs. So this is frustrating, but yeah, we are going to try and take this person down. And I think we already have. I think Game Zone might have taken that player down, or they've just disappeared, I'm not sure. But yeah, at this point you can see the zone has closed in quite a lot. So it's going to close in again in about 30 seconds as well. So it's just a case of carrying on moving, defeating mobs, and I can also see one of our teammates is down again now. So if you look at the top of the screen, it shows you the direction where to go for your teammate that is down. So we're going to try and head there, see exactly where they are. Hopefully they're not in the dark zone, whatever you want to call it. There's another player here that's just causing us aggro. Let's try and take them down. They're playing wizard as well, and they're playing kind of like an old build. But let's see. Yeah, we've taken them down. So nice. And it was actually a victory for our team. So that was over pretty quickly, and this was the overall result. So I somehow managed not to get any kills. Hazel on our team, she had the MVP with 8 kills. The following match, I was MVP with 5, and then the last match, Game Zone was MVP with 6. So that is it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.